Hello and welcome. Today we are going to take a walkthrough in our Ethereum Explorer app. This video will be divided into two parts. In the first part, we'll be taking a look at Geth command line interface and how to use it to create a node locally on your PC. And in the second part, we'll be taking a look at our Skyscraper app and how to use it to query the Ethereum blockchain. So what is Geth actually? Geth is a command line interface for running an Ethereum node. So let's dive a little bit deeper. Now we will be copying this command line and we will open the command prompt and type it in the command prompt. Now we will change testnet into mainnet, meaning we are going to run this node in our mainnet of the Ethereum, and we are going to run a full node. And I need you to remember that we are running this node on localhost 8545 because we will need this in a little bit. We'll type enter, and now our node is up and running. Now we can see here that our node is loading data from the Ethereum blockchain into our PC. If we scroll up a little bit, we can see here that this is the directory in which the data is stored in. If we go to the Java code, we can see here that we are having a link for a public Ethereum node. However, using a public Ethereum node is not very practical because of two reasons. The first one is that using a public node means we need a constant internet connection to be able to synchronize with new blocks that are added to the blockchain. The second reason is that it is very slow in terms of when querying the blockchain data. It requires a lot of overhead to get the blocks from the internet. However, we need to use our guest node, our data, the guest node has loaded into our PC. So we'll type in HTTP localhost 8545, and remember this is the port, the localhost port that we have connected our node into it. Now we'll take an overview of how to use the Skyscraper app to query the Ethereum blockchain. Now let's say I'm a dumb user, I'm a new user, I don't know anything about this app. I have here a question mark which stands for help. I'll click on it, and these are some texts that can help me to understand how to deal with the application. So let's start with the normal search. This is a normal search here. It says you can enter a specific entity identifier. An entity here is like a transaction, account, or a block to get the details of this entity. So let's take an example. Let's say I want to query for a specific account. I have the address of this account. I'll copy it and I'll paste it. I need to know its details. I need to know, for example, how many ways or ethers does it have. So I'll click on search, and these are the account details. I have the hash and I have the balance of this specific account. I'll click on back. Let's say I want to get or to query block number 1 million. So 1000000. I'll click on search, and these are all the details of this specific block, and these are all the transactions stored in this block. I can click on any of them to get the transaction details. I'll click on back, and let's say I want to query transaction. I have a specific transaction hash. I'll copy it, I'll paste it, and click on search. And these are all the transaction details. So let's take let's say I have a misconception or a misunderstanding of how the application works. Let's say I want to query a block and I entered some dummy text. I'll enter, for example, blah, 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 and I click search. So it displays, please enter a proper block and the identifier. So this is how an error is dealt with.
Let's take a look at some of the more advanced tasks of the Skyscraper app. Let's say I'm a user that's more familiar with the Ethereum network and I want to make more complex queries. The advanced search section can help us with that. The help section here provides a quick tutorial on how to use this section. It uses a querying language similar to SQL in syntax, and this contains details on what we can query and properties we can query. We can query either a transaction or a block, so we can write select hash from block and hit the search button. Now this is supposed to return all the hashes of all the blocks. It's supposed to query the entire blockchain, but I have capped it at 25 for showcasing purposes here. So these are all 25 blocks in my range. These are all their hashes. I can click on any of the hashes and we will go to a screen that displays the block details and all the transactions in the block if it had any transactions, like so. I can also query a transaction directly, so I can write something like select hash and from account from transaction. You can also add a where clause, value is less than 100, and click the search button. And this will return all the transactions with value less than 100, and these are their hashes. Now if I click on any of them, it will return the transaction details. Now the last task that the Skyscraper app can do is search for a token using contracts. Now this is a more advanced kind of query and requires a little more information from the user. So I have already entered some of the information for testing purposes. We need the contract hash, the method hashes, and the position of the address and the ID in the contract information. So I can enter a query like this, select ID from ERC721. ERC721 is the format of the contract. So I can also enter ERC20. So I can hit search and wait. It's going to take a little bit of time in order to process the query. And it will return a list of the IDs of all tokens related to this contract, and I can click any of the links to go to a page listing all the details of the token. That summarizes all the tasks that the Skyscraper app can do.